Okay, on our little bench, we will start, and let's start in that kind of, let's start straddling it so we'll know like the depth of this. And we're going to do a minute interval. So it's 55 seconds of work with that 5-second transition. So they will be timed on the minute. Make sure I can see what I'm doing here. So just that one heavy weight, that stick is back there. We may it comes into handy. We'll see. So let's just take it, sit down, stand up. So a minute is really, we've skipped a lot of intervals to get to a minute. So typically 30, 35, we've been doing 40. So you're going to start to feel this, but we're going to really focus on this back side. So you'll take that seated position. Arms are out here just to give your posture a little bit of work. And then you realize that you're standing straight up. So it's less about going forward and back. It's more about hips going down and then straight up in that line. So just take your time for this. And then we'll do single legs too. The heavy weight we'll use for a one-legged deadlift, and then some of our back work. So planting those heels, and then you just sit up on high as you can on your stool, step, bench, whatever it is you have. This decline bench works just like that. You can really challenge yourself. Take your left leg right up on the top. Right leg's going to go way back, like behind there, and you're going to lunge and knee. So way back behind. So that one
and no weight.
Yeah, no weight yet. We'll just do this in the warm up without that weight. So you're going way back, which puts your body right over the top of that left thigh. You drive through that left heel, and then that right knee comes up and forward. So you get full extension on the standing leg. So that left leg is really doing everything. Push. Nice and easy, right through that heel. And then you're up on that right toe in the back, and that knee comes driving right forward. I'm already feeling that up on that thigh. And we have 15 seconds left on this interval. So nothing like just going from 30, 40, right up to a minute. It's good for us. We'll go through this whole thing without any weight, and then we'll add that dumbbell, one single weight. Both legs up on the top, so now you're in that narrow stance. You're just gonna go down, bending everything here. Knees and ankles bent and sit body down, and then come up. Squat. So in that narrow position, you're kind of sitting back. This weird angle here. Sitting back and then standing right up. Now your arms can come out to the front. Oh, that looks weird. So you're just way back and down, and then you're just kind of lifting. Now, when we get the weight, that pushing out here is really going to be your back. So right now you can just get your upper body with some range of motion over your head if you have it. And then your legs have to track over those ankles. So standing on this narrow bench really pushes that hips back.
The wrist because I hit my ceiling.
Yeah. And you realize, is there cobwebs up there? What can I do? I know, this is one of those ceilings where when I redid this room, like, oh, this is a nice ceiling. There's no popcorn on this one, so kind of weird. All right, other leg off that back side, bend that knee and drive it forward. Yeah, with all this time being home, I'm like, well, let's see what room I can paint, rearrange. So I still haven't decided. I think this will become my kind of office or Adam's little study room. It's so clean and neat. So I'm like, oh, I love that nothing's in here, but I have to put stuff back because it's out in the hallway or in a closet. So it serves its purpose now, but I gotta do something. Yeah, with all this extra time, you think, well, tackle this room, but it's not just tackling that. I get into my files from the studio, and then I have to go through paperwork. I'm like, oh God. And then I get overwhelmed. So that big lunge, it's all about how you step back into that left knee and drop that knee. Then we come up on top here. Now both feet are together, legs are straight, just a flat back, and then up and out with the arms. So you're going flat back, touch your toes, and then arms up onto the T. So not bending your knees, almost like you're stretching. And then you pull everything, abs, shoulders back, nice and tight up to the top and lower. Exhale, pull. Good, because you want that, when you fold forward with that, you're stretching all the way into the back of the legs, and then your glutes contract to stand you up. That engages the hamstrings, and then your posture muscles go right up the back, and the arm lifting is going to open up that chest. So you get the whole posterior chain in that, all about leverage. Nice and easy, touch down, come up, and then open your chest, almost palms forward. So you get that little rotation. All right, straddle back down right here. And we're gonna sit down and stand up. This time arms, let's take those arms like right over your head or out at your shoulders. And you're just here. You bring those arms together like we do with abs. And you just realize that the whole entire upper body moves as one solid unit. So we'll add, speaking of abs, we'll add some abs in here on that decline bench. So backside, typically for this class, I focus on everything from the heels up to the back of the shoulders. We won't neglect abs, we'll always put those in there. After this minute, we'll stay seated and just keep our arms in this position to do a little round of core work. Sometimes we sprinkle that in. It's amazing how that starts taxing your abs if we do it right away and not save it for the very end. And then your arms actually kind of fatigue after this, holding in that position. 3, 2, take it down, sit all the way down. Now I'm not worried about my back. I'm not gonna lay down. So I'm high up on this bench. Legs are out right here, hands are behind my head. And I'm just holding the knees right in line with kind of my eyesight. So I'm looking right past my knees. My head is vertical. So the decline is working. It just looks like you're laying down. Shoulders are way up and over the back of the bench. Now this is easy. Taking your feet down lower is actually harder. Higher is going to be easy. Legs up is going to just now tax your flexibility. So we hold it here and you just breathe, and your goal is to press every part of the back into that bench. Oh, you're just holding. Squeeze the knees together. You get that inner thigh, feet together, and then flex your feet to the outside. So you pull those toes to the shins. Then you just hold it. 5, 4. These intervals on the abs really get intense. We're going to add that leg. You're going to bring that elbow to the knee, and you just twist slightly. So you're on that little narrow surface. That twist is a lot about your shoulder coming forward as you pull the knee in. The leg is probably a little bit easier movement than the upper body.
Ugh,
Oh, God, that is so
Yikes.
intense. Yeah, and it's just a small little movement, and almost the slower you go, every muscle contraction is felt. Breathe, push. And as soon as your legs go past that kind of vertical line, then your back wants to arch. So you avoiding the arching back makes it a little bit more intense. Perfect. 15 seconds left on this interval. We're going to take those legs down and we're going to stand and add some power with the jump,
Oh
and then
my
we'll pick up
gosh.
that weight. 7, 6, we're like 8 exercises in. This is intense. 3, 2. All right, take your feet just to the width of that bench. Jump, sit all the way down. Now, arms in front. Here we go with that little rolling. You're sitting more back, and then that weight transfers, push into the toes, spring up off the toes, and then sit right back down. So you want to just make that smooth and consistent. And then how quiet you land. So it's that spring-like, ninja-like, soft landing, setting the weight way back. The arms can be by your side. Arms can be down in front. So it's just that power. Yeah, good. Push off those toes. Roll back, and how high up on the bench you sit. Totally up to your comfort level. Our mental capacity is about 45 seconds. I try not to look at my watch before I see 5 seconds left. Challenging. Okay, we will get some triceps into this as well. So let's turn your body around. You're gonna go up the incline for those push-ups. So hands straddle that bench. You are down and up, nice and narrow in the feet. Chest goes right over the top of those thumbs. Now, if you need to, you'll bend the knees and you'll take it to the edge of the bench. Your hands should be probably kind of to the middle, and your chest goes way over the top of that. And then you pull it back, or push it back, push it up and back, I should say. But you're down over the top of those thumbs. Now you've got a full minute to do this. So take your time. You really can't cheat with those arms. They have to stay on that bench narrow. Elbows slide right up against your rib cage. And we'll hold that plank here in 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up like this. Head is at the top of the bench. Hands are down in that kind of top fourth of the bench. And that right knee comes around, touches the right wrist, and left knee to the left. And you're just on the heels of those hands, kind of on that fleshy part of your thumb, part of your hand. And that knee comes up and around. So just get that outside. And it's a tap. And putting that foot right back on the ground, nice and easy. Good. Now, when we stand, for my bench here, we're going to put that leg up on the incline. I know it's intense, 15 seconds. So I'm just going to turn my bench here.
A minute is a long time.
Oh, it's just ridiculous. I thought we haven't done this forever. Why wouldn't we push it today? And 4, 3, that left leg is going to step up on the incline. So you're facing your bench, left leg goes up on there. So now we're I just switched the position here. Opposite of the warm up. We lunge and drive the knee here. Oh my. Here's where if you have your stick for balance, sometimes that can assist you a little bit here. So I'm down and all the way up, but ideally you should be in this position where left foot is all the way up on the step, right knee comes way back down and low, and then you drive it up. This is really good for that knee that's on the bench. You're taking the weight down and away from the bent joint, and you're letting the back of that leg contract to stand you all the way up. Yeah, got about 15 seconds. I look every time when it's 15 seconds left. Dang it. Yeah, and just it's either pace, you can be counting reps, whatever works for that. We're gonna stay up on this leg. Good Lord. Okay, stay up on that left leg. You're floating the right foot. Here's your balance. I'm looking straight down at the bench, straight down and up. So it's just that little teeter totter down and stand. So you go all the way. This is actually easier than standing on the floor because I don't have to go down as far as my foot. That incline bench is helping. So find your focus. Both hands touch down right ahead of that toe, and you come back up to full erect posture. So you're standing up nice and tall on that one. Keep your abs in tight. And then you can kind of coordinate your breathing. The only thing with this minute is that you do have time to inhale, exhale. If that takes a second, you can start calculating your reps. We're gonna shake it out with some cardio on this back end. So depending on where that foot is, in 5 seconds, we're just gonna come off the back end and do our scissor jacks. 3, 2, okay, leave that left leg there. Look where your right leg is on the ground. And you lean kind of forward and we just switch and switch. So nice and easy. Good. I'm at this weird angle. We're working our way around the bench. I didn't realize that I'd be now facing backward. All right, right, left, land soft and use those arms. We're getting to that weight. We've got the other side to do, and then we shall pick up the weight and do everything with that dumbbell. So our shaking it out is cardio and a little agility about where you're landing on that bench. You should go right down the middle of that. Yeah, burning. Oh my God, 20 seconds. Push those arms. Yeah, you can always do more with your arms. They could stay out at the side if you really want to work posture and back. Hold those arms up, and then they don't help with momentum. You end up loading your upper back muscles. And relax. Whew, okay, we got the other leg. So step your right leg up on the bench. Chest is back, left leg is way back. That lunge and stand up tall. Way back lunge, up tall. Yeah, sometimes that stick, I'm close to the wall, I can just touch the wall, but you want to find good balance and tall, upright posture when you stand up. Driving that left knee forward is going to make sure you extend in that hip. And that's what you want. Flexion at that right hip extension at the right hip. And your glute does the extension part. So driving forward is glute. Burning. Oh, can't wait till we add weight to this. That's going to be just glorious. And I only have my one option. I should have grabbed my lighter weights. 4-3, you're going to stay up on top with this one. There's where that foot is. Floating this left leg, abs in tight, chest square to the top of the bench. We touch down without bending. Whoa, flexibility. And balance. Come up. And down. Oh my God. And having one leg just way better than the other makes this a lot more challenging when you're on that shaky side. So really focus. And if you have that stick, that really doesn't help much, but you're going straight down to that toe. And if you can touch with both hands, that would be ideal. Come on, leg. Think about what's giving you the stability from the heel to your toe. Yeah, and then I'm staring right at that bench at the same spot each time. This time when we shake it out, we're gonna go up and over in 5 seconds. You'll catch your balance and you realize that one foot's gonna be in the center. So we'll take that right leg off and you're gonna go over and over. Now, when I lean forward, it's easy to get low into that squat to the side. Yeah, and then you're just working all that lateral part of that hip. Good. These long intervals with these big muscles, get the heart rate up. You'll be sweating and burning some calories here. Push. And look at how high on the bench you are. Just take note of what's comfortable and where you can keep that nice rhythm and pace. And then just soft landing on those legs. Push out that entire foot. Oh my goodness, 15 seconds. Pushing through this, good. Oh my God. 5, 4, catch your breath. Okay, catch your breath on this one. Coming straight back. I'll just tilt my bench once again. And we get to pick up a weight. Now, whatever weight you choose, really. I have just my 20-pound kettlebell, which I thought was going to be a really great decision. Kind of rethinking that now, but this will be where we're hanging on to it with both hands. So in working the back, that's going to keep our posture up. So we'll start just as we did at the beginning. So you'll straddle your bench, start standing. Anytime we're standing like this, you have your inside of your calves touching. It's going to put your toes straight out. You're going to be what we say tracking. Then that dumbbell, kettlebell, whatever you're hanging on to is going to come up to your chest and you're just holding like this. So those legs are going to allow you to bend, sit down, and you're going to drive it from here. We got 5 seconds left before we have to get moving here. So you can start seated. Chest is up high and we drive through those heels. Now to get the backside going a little bit deeper, you can push those arms up. So here's your option. If you really want everything working, squeeze that bench, sit down, drive through those legs when you stand up, and then push that dumbbell straight up. Yeah. Now, because mine's a kettlebell, the swing will be a little bit easier. If we don't want the swing, which means you'll take momentum out of it, the pull is going to be a little bit harder. So you can either swing with momentum or muscle it with some upright row on this next one or bent over row. So I'll give you that option. 10 seconds. And we're just going to hold that weight and swing or squat from the standing position. 3, 2. Okay, you're standing and you have that weight in front of you. You have that dumbbell, you're hanging onto the handle, and we just let that swing right to the top. So feet really stay narrow, just as wide to get your hands right in between your upper thigh and that slow control. So if you don't have a weight that you can swing, you could be here hanging onto it. You could be here with one arm row. You could be here with an overhead press. But this one is targeted to get that back side from your heels all the way straight up through that back chain. Arms are just going parallel to the shoulders. You absorb the weight on the way back down. So from that side position, you're pushing your hips back. Everything's perfect posture up tall to the top. 3, 2, okay, we stand on top. Hang on to the weight. Yeah, let's hang on to it in the leg that's on the bench. So you're gonna put this all into your left side. So I'm gonna either rest that weight on my shoulder like this, or the kettlebell kind of racked up by me. And that right leg goes down and up. So left leg, did I say left arm? Left arm's holding that dumbbell, the leg that's on the bench. Now it's not super comfortable to hold it like that, but find a place with the handle of the kettlebell. I can kind of dangle it behind me and rest it on my back of my sweaty shoulder. There, and you just step down nice and easy. It's about the standing leg. Good. Yeah, you drive that knee forward and look at your full on tall posture. Drop and lift. Oh, and coordinate that breathing. Exhale as you stand. We'll stay standing for that one-legged deadlift here. 3, 2. Okay, now we're standing. This is harder. We were facing the other way last time. Weight is in front. I'm floating my right leg. I go down and up. So take the time to have that dumbbell go straight down that leg. Oh my goodness, that is not easy. You can hit the bench. Great. I'm dangling a kettlebell. It's way easier to hit the bench, but that right leg is floating. So nothing is touching the bench on that right side. You just float that leg and then stand it right up and through. It's kind of passing right alongside the bench. And then we're going to work that outer hip as well. So this would be what we call a superset on the left leg. Oh, you've got so much time to perfect this or struggle through the interval. 10 seconds. And your foot should be trying to fight for balance. If you get that crampy toe feeling, that's normal. Those are your toes. Oh, I've got different shoes on today too, and it makes a difference. Bring the weight to the chest. You're still standing on this left leg. Right leg is out here, and I'm just pushing laterally. So real easy, but this now is about my posture. I can hang onto that weight right in front like this, up nice and tall, and that leg just goes out to the side. I can push the weight up as the leg goes out. You got options. But what starts to happen is every muscle in that foot, which is a lot of little muscles on that standing leg, start to fire to keep you in position. So pushing that up, then we are going to go up and over from this angle. So again, different than what we did last time on our up and over. You can set the weight down. You can go slow with the weight. You can take it low on the bench. You got lots of options. 5 seconds to think about what you want to do here. Lateral, outer hip on this one. All right, so then I'm going to step into the right, hop and switch, hop and switch. So here's your up and over on the decline. This should be good for those feet, shaking it out. And then you just want to make sure your foot lands straight down the middle. If the weight is really just cumbersome or heavy, I don't want you hurting your back, but holding it up against your upper body kind of locks all those muscles in. Try to avoid shrugging. Oh, do what you can. Do what you can. You're over the halfway point. Push. Oh my Lord. Yeah, we've got the double leg standing in the middle as our transition. 15 seconds. Wow, it's way more challenging with the weight. So you know what it felt the first time. If you want to go back to that, feel free. You can do that. It's your workout. 3, 2. Up on top. Having the weight dangle in front. Both feet are on the bench. Double leg deadlift. So you're going down. And I'm going to add the upright row. So down to the toes, slide it up your body, pull it up under your chin. Really control. If your flexibility is great today, you're probably at the edge. So that kettlebell goes way past your toes and then you pull it up. So just take the time, stretch, drive and pull. Good. If you had 2 lighter weights that equaled this heavier one, That would be fine. It's kind of about the weight, but it's also about having your hands move it simultaneous. That's kind of a part of this, where your upper body just does exactly on each side. So you get that isolation. Good. We have to sit down and stand up from here. 3, 2, straddle that bench.
This minute is killer.
It's so long. It's so dumb. So let's sit down with this one. Okay. Yeah, this will be great for the abs. So our break is abs. So go right back to that position. Now we're hanging on to that dumbbell. Knees are together, feet are together, flex those toes. And I'm going to push that dumbbell. Now, I know this is shoulder and chest, not what was our plan for today. It just gives me something to do. So you can either hang on to it. We could go behind. Oh, I like that tricep one. Let's do that next. So pushing right here. So you're in a dead bug. You have the option just to do nothing with the arms and hold it. I want you pulling those shoulder blades away from the back of the bench. So you're not really relying on a recline position. I'm letting my legs dictate how hard my abs work. You walk your legs out a little bit, that's harder. You add the arms, it just gives you something to do. With this dumbbell, let's do this. You can take your legs down. I'm gonna bring that dumbbell over my head. That right there is going to be tricep. So instead of our tricep push-up round, let's see if we can do this. Now, if it's a little taxing on your head, neck, and shoulder. So I'm gonna lay down. Let's make this about the tricep. So you can get your head on the bench. I'm dropping, this is what we call a skull crusher, and then lifting straight up. So yeah, you might have to maneuver. That looks good. Maneuver yourself so you really get what you're trying to work, and that's the back of that arm. That's included in your backside. Yes, and then we'll go back to an ab one in that bicycle position. Oh, I'm sweating. My earbuds are getting sweaty. Yikes. And 10 seconds on that tricep. Oh, that should be just enough weight without pushing you over the limit. God, shaky. Oh, all right. Bring that weight to your chest. And I'm just going to hold it here. The legs are going to do this like your bicycle move. If you want more twisting, you pass that weight from side to side. Oh my goodness, that should be very, very taxing. And my legs are going down low. If that's too much, you take them up high. Good God. Yikes. We're on our 28th interval, which means we're 6:30 or 6:20. Whoo! Pushing.
Yikes.
How can this be? Just crazy hard. And then to know that we haven't done this other side yet is kind of daunting. 15 seconds, you can do this. Push. Yes. We are going to do the jump without the weight or stand and press with the weight. I'm going to give you that option. We got to get back to our standing. So you can either set that weight down, you're straddling the bench, and we're going to stand and jump. It just feels kind of good to put that weight down. Or if you don't want the jump, stand and press here. So whatever you want. We started with that one. This is our in between. Oh my God. If you tell yourself, oh, this is so much easier, mentally, it'll be with you. You'll be with that thought. Bring your palms together and jump. This is key. That hand position. God. And you feel that we've already worked that left side. We got to do everything on that right side. Whoo-wee. Push. The good positive to this is that you're doing about 40 different exercises in this time period. Yeah, that's killer. 7, 6, 5, 4. I don't know what's more challenging. Good God. Okay, let's stand. Oh, back at the beginning. Stand up on the top. We are just going to squat on this first one. So holding the weight, legs aren't going to shift off of that bench. You sit down, stand up. Now we did this facing the other directions. I like this. So when you're up on that incline, your hips go way back. I could get way tiny, small, and it just counteracts your balance of your backside and that dumbbell. So it's a really great way to train a perfect squat. You have to push back into your heels. Oh, that's so good because squats can be all over the place, but you put yourself on a declined pedestal. When you add some weight out in the front, you really can isolate that backside. That looks great. We will do our double legged deadlift. We'll do that here. Okay, then bring that weight in front just to give your arms a little bit of a break. Feet stay together. You are down and then drive it up in that upright row. This is our one transition move, and then we'll start taking that left leg off of the bench. This actually feels easy, but squeeze up in between your ankles, in between your knees, and you come up with great posture, pulling your shoulder blades back. Down, exhale. And that upright row gets right up on the top of your shoulder. So that would be bonus for the backside class. You're getting the top of the shoulders. Exhale, pull. I can't help myself. I look at that damn timer between 20 and 15 seconds left every time. God, I'm like, it's got to be close. Down, up, and pull. You're just made aware of your breathing in every movement. So it's a little more isolating, which is really good. Okay, wherever you can hang onto that dumbbell, we're stepping off to this left side. You're down and up. We kind of lunge back with this one, I remember. Left leg goes back, and then that left knee comes up. So go into that right leg superset. Just be gentle on the toe you're stepping down into and loading the weight. Yeah, because we held, oh yeah, remember this part, we held it on this right side. So we held that dumbbell on the leg. There we go, I knew something felt odd. So you wanna kind of replicate just so you're being equal on each side. I'm resting that dumbbell on that right shoulder, and left leg is just free to move. Left arm is free to move. Oh my God. Burning. And now I can't look at the timer, so we're just gonna let that beep. Lunge, press, step back. Oh, let your posture. Yeah, okay, then be gentle on that. If we're staying on that leg, okay, you're floating that leg here. Straight over, single leg deadlift. Nothing with the arms on this one unless you have really good balance and can stand and pull. Oh my goodness. Both hands are on the dumbbell. Both hands go over that right foot. Oh, that left leg is just that whole teeter totter. So it's just counterbalancing the dumbbell. God, yeah, focus. If you just stare at the ground, lower, exhale, pull it up. Oh my God. And then think about what's working, that back, right glute, down into the hamstring, all the way into that foot. Oh. We have one more with that outer hip action on this leg. I know, isn't it funny how one leg just doesn't want to do it? Okay, stand up tall. Whew, you're just standing on that leg. Nothing is happening with the weight. I feel this in my back, though. If you stand up with perfect posture, depress your shoulder, so create some space between the ear and the shoulder, push your kind of chest up and out. I don't need to think about that moving leg, but everything is stacked from that right ankle, knee, hip, shoulder. Nothing is moving except that left glute medius. Press. Oh my God, like into my ribs. I feel everything in that upper body. That's great. That must mean that we're choosing good weight to isolate. I think we're gonna dump the weight when we do our up and overs. We got time. Yeah, we got time to do another tricep. I like that ab round we did. So maybe or maybe not. I'll give you the option. How about to dump that weight? I feel like we're missing something, but I don't think we are. Okay. No, you got the option. You can either dump it or we're here. Up and over, shaking it out this way. Oh, yes. Now you have a little bit of arm action on this one. So just gentle on the legs. If you can't jump softly, dump the weight. I'm holding that weight out in front of me just enough to really engage my upper back posture muscles. Directly across from the weight is what's holding that position. Good. It's not about how fast We're not even squatting to the side. It's that propulsion in the leg, absorbing the weight and then pushing it back over. Wow, 15 seconds. You can do this. Finish strong. We're going to take it back to the seated position. It's the only good part of this. For our tricep one again, and then we'll get rid of the dumbbell. So one more exercise with this weight. 4, 3, 2. Oh my God. Okay, last exercise with the weight. Sit down, lay all the way down on that bench. You can even keep your feet down here and way over and then up. So the kettlebell does give you a really nice handle. My thumbs are hooked on it. I'm not even a death grip on the thing, but I'm pulling over my head, pulling my abs in, and that kettlebell goes right back over the top of my head and then straight up in line of my sight. So my arms go completely vertical. It is a back of the shoulder with a tricep extension. Pull over to a tricep. One of the best things you can do. And now I want you to focus on that rib cage, not arching away from the bench. That is the magic to it. Because you'll start pulling right in the top of those abs. When those arms go up, your back wants to arch. You're going to contract right up high. Exhale is going to contract that rib cage. That's a good one. Now you have the option. I said we could dump the weight. We're going back to that bicycle, right, left. And actually with the bicycle, you may get more out of your abs if you can move your hands. Yeah, this is way more abs. Or you can shift that dumbbell side to side. I like to twist here because my arms are sick of holding that. Oh, pushing through. Nice work. 38 intervals. That's a great way. And we really didn't do a warm up.
Dump that weight.
Yeah, it's just too much. Then you go to the elbows and the twisting, and then you realize that's just as hard. Oh, 20 seconds, and we're going to hold a minute bridge. And really, that's going to be it. So you're getting 40 intervals of work in a 45 an hour's worth of work, really, in about 40 minutes today, which is good. You don't need to spend too much time if you isolate and do it right. 5, 4, 3, 2, feet down. Push those hips up and just squeeze. Now let's stretch out those arms. So get your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed and comfortable. And then you open up those arms and you realize how much kind of bicep you were probably working here. Over your head, that's going to get up underneath that rib cage. Now you let your back arch if it feels like it wants to, but you're still thinking about your glutes, squeezing up into that bridge position, is back of the legs into the low back a little bit. Oh, it's a great exercise. The bridge is one of those really safe ways to connect glutes with that low back. If we have weakness in either area, you'll notice it here. People will say, oh, I feel this in my back, because your glutes are saying, I can't lift you, or vice versa. You just can't contract the back, and then your glutes are fired up, and then you'll sag in the posture. So just think about that while you're stretching. So it's kind of a multifaceted move there. Then you roll your body down, pull those knees in, upper body still relaxed. Oh, and then just pull those knees into the chest. You get a little bit of a reverse curl, and then you should feel that stretching kind of going from your waistband down to the back of your legs. Gosh, there's so much you can do for that backside. Your glute, it takes up a big area, and it wraps around laterally. It comes around to your hip and that medius, which lets us move laterally, and then right into your hip flexor, and then it wraps right around to the inside of your leg. So many exercises where you can add resistance with the band. We haven't done that for a while. Let's sit up and cross this left leg over the right. And that right there is that medius. Oh, goodness. So out on that outer hip, and we just did those, like 3 intervals on the side. So if we really broke it down, gosh, I would do half of those exercise and just do them more, like do them another round. So another circuit on them. I kind of hit everything. So I don't know, there's a theory of either, doing that multiple sets on them or mixing it up. But my God, if we did that much work, we could break it up into different circuits. We would do less exercises, but repeat them more often. I kind of like the minute challenge just to see what your endurance is. Nice little stretch here. And then that little work on our triceps and upper body. You're just going to take your hands behind you, bend Take that little stretch across your chest and then into the back of the arm. Oh, and then push your chest through, walk your legs out, flex your feet once again so you get that stretch up the back, and then bring your arms around to the toes. Oh my goodness, you know that flexibility is there. Oh my God, did that fly by though? Boy, especially when you're counting intervals and you're saying we're going to do 40 1-minute exercises. Whew, and we did about 20 things on each side, or 15 things twice with a few extras. Stand up nice and tall, little forward fold here. Oh, that was a good one. I don't know. We'll see what that feels like tomorrow. Very good.